people are safer because of what you did.
Welcome to Durbania. I'm Durbin, and this is my special guest.
Hey, I'm Jose, and yeah.
Yeah, Jose.
All
What were you
right,
gonna say?
yes.
It sounded awesome.
No, I didn't. I just thought I might say something.
Oh, okay, cool.
All right, cool.
All right, well, yeah, that was awesome.
all
Cool.
right.
All right. So, Jason Bourne.
Yes.
We saw it.
Yes.
What did you think?
Oh, I thought it was awesome.
You did? Nice.
I actually binge watched all 3 movies before he came and saw
Awesome.
this, so we.
I meant to binge watch all 3, and I only got to the first one, and then before I knew it, this one was out, and I didn't see the other 2 again.
Come on, man.
I'm sorry. I've seen them before. It's
Yeah.
been a long time, and I don't remember them. But
Yeah.
other than that, I've seen them.
No, they were great.
Yeah.
So much action. Well, we'll get to talking about
Yeah,
the
yeah.
the
About-
camera angles, but yeah.
Stupid shaky cam.
Yeah, shaky cam.
So overall, you had a fun experience with the movie.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Kept me engaged. Definitely was on the edge of my seat on some parts, and definitely
Yeah.
a lot of spoilers to bring up
Yes.
today.
So I'll start off by saying what really kept me engaged was the overall story. Jason Bourne's kind of this wandering man, kind of lost. And then you have Julia Stiles. What's her character's name? Nikki something?
Parsons.
Parsons. Okay, yeah, Nikki Parsons. Thank you, Laura. So Nikki Parsons finds him because she does a Snowden thing, steals all these files from the CIA about Treadstone and Blackthorn or Blackbriar. Wait, what was it?
Rapthorn.
Oh, Rapthorn. Oh, you're hilarious.
Shout out to Rapthorn.
Yep. Okay, anyway, so she steals all these top secret files, the threat to put them online and all that stuff, but she goes to Jason Bourne because of these Treadstone files. Jason Bourne's like, no, I want nothing to do with this.
Yep.
Of course, she goes, your dad had something to do with this, which personally draws him in. She gets killed by the asset of the movie that
asset.
is going after Bourne, and so, that's kind of the plot.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
Pretty
and so
much.
the whole thing becomes Jason Bourne now. Wait, what does this have to do with my dad? And we see his dad died in some terrible accident. They said terrorists killed his dad, but we know that's not the truth.
Nope.
And so this whole film is his quest to figure out what Treadstone and his dad, what it was about.
Yes.
Yeah, so there's the plot. And Tommy Lee Jones is the bad guy.
Yeah, Tommy Lee Jones. Great bad guy, actually. He did really good.
Yeah, he was kind of sinister, but he's like that old man kind of sinister, but that old man tough sinister, where it's like, this is the old guy you do not want to mess with.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Kind of reminded me of Two-Face back in Batman.
I wonder why Tommy Lee Jones would remind us of Two-Face.
Yeah,
back in
I don't
Batman.
know. I don't know. Just
Something
just like
vaguely
yes.
familiar about like one side of his face.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, with
Yeah.
the bags in his eyes. and
Yeah.
stuff,
Oh
Yep,
man,
yep.
he did have some pretty big bags under his eyes. Like
Poor guy.
it's funny because it was like he had the energy to do this part, but the bags under his eyes made him look like he was really tired the whole time he was doing this movie.
Yeah, so there were a couple shots in there where I was just like, that's Tommy Lee Jones, all right? Okay, cool.
Were you surprised that Julia Stiles died very early on in this movie?
No, actually, I wasn't because I don't know. In this movie, it was she was a little bit more expendable because she kind of had her parts in the first 3 movies. And it kind of happened the same way with his Jason Bourne's girlfriend in the first movie.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like eerily similar. And I noticed that's been a trend in like the last 3 movies before this.
Yeah.
So it was kind of eerily similar.
When it follows a pattern, it's easy to predict.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And actually, kind of along the same lines with the assets. I mean, we'll probably get to this later.
Yes.
But
yeah.
with the assets, it was strangely unique how all of the asset guys that he fought, he killed with or knocked out by choking them.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah, you mentioned that, and I was like, oh my gosh, yeah. But of course, the only one I can remember is the first one, and it drives me crazy because I've seen the other 2, and it's driving me crazy that
Yes.
I can't it's like on the tip of my brain and not coming out.
But let's talk about this asset though, because I think that the asset in this movie was way above and beyond all the other guys.
Well, it was cool because they gave him a personal reason to be after Bourne. Like, the ending of the 3rd movie, the stuff he exposed this asset's identity.
Yeah.
And he got captured, what was it, Iraq or something?
Yes.
And he was tortured for 2 years before they were even able to get him out.
Yeah.
So when he finds out Bourne is in play, his his blood is like, it boils.
I'm pretty sure that could bring up some bad blood after 2 years.
I think so. 2 years of capture and yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Bourne, I think, was more personally in this than any other movie because, number one, they killed Julia Stiles, which kind of ticked him off.
Yeah.
Number two, his dad started Treadstone, and he was being followed before he volunteered, and they were scoping him out before, and he's like, what does all this mean? So he's got this personal investment, and then he recognizes the asset as the guy who killed his dad.
Yes.
So now you have the asset who's against Bourne because of the capturing thing, and you have Bourne against the asset because the asset killed his dad. It's like, what? So that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like I was into that.
Yeah.
It was just cool how they really made like these two come to a head.
Well, and even in the series too, like, and I just keep going back to the series because the way that Bourne brings it full circle is each movie you kind of get the stepping stone for each for different stories. So in this one, it kind of brought even more to light how it involved his family.
Yeah.
And then involving the emotional stuff with the new asset and stuff. So it actually brought more clarity to the movie than the past three have.
Yeah, and I thought that was really interesting the way they did that. So that was one of the things that really engaged me about the story. I do wonder about his mom. Like, now we know about his dad.
Yeah, what's up with the mom?
You know what I think about the mom?
What's up?
She's Kryptonian.
Ooh.
So I think Bourne is half Kryptonian because how else do you go through such a car chase at the end of the movie where he drives up a ramp, flips his car off, smashes into the SWAT team car that the asset had stolen, and then the guy drives through one of those like low awning thingies in Vegas, and Bourne just gets smashed in the car like a pancake in that.
Pretty much.
He got shot before all this,
Yes.
and then the car falls off flat as a pancake.
He did
and
get
then,
shot. That was great.
And then Bourne gets out and fights?
It's Jason Bourne, man. Jason Bourne.
Well, that's like saying, I'm Batman, and that's
Yes.
why.
I'm Batman.
Of course, Batman, he has an excuse. He's Batman. But Jason Bourne is not Batman.
Yes.
So I figure he must be part Kryptonian to...
And even the part when the armored car with the asset was driving through the Las Vegas Strip, and I don't get how he didn't, like, even slow down. Like,
Oh, yeah.
he just kept going full speed through those cars. I was
Well,
like,
you see it in the trailer
physics.
where he plows through those cars and the cars are flipping and flopping everywhere. It's like, okay, I could get it. It's an armored car,
Yes.
but it should be slowing down. It's like
Yeah.
he picked up speed even.
I was like, all right, dude, I
It's
see
like,
you.
okay, whatever. I guess we're supposed to be really tense. But see, what was hard about that scene is, what was the camera doing, Jose?
Shaking.
I couldn't see anything. I
Yeah.
couldn't see anything at all.
Well, even the fight scenes too. Like I feel that I was just like watching glimpses and pictures of things. I was just like, what is going on? But the fight scenes like still make it though for me. I
Really?
don't know about you, but I mean,
It depends.
We're two opposite guys. I feel that like
Yeah.
I'm the good guy and you're the bad guy.
What? I'm the bad guy. What did I
Yeah.
do?
I don't know.
I just don't like shaky cam.
I guess so. You
Yeah.
know what? I'll have to side with you on that. Yeah, you are right. You
Yeah.
are right on the shaky.
Well, I mean, there's some scenes where there's the advantage to shaky cam. For instance, when he follows Julia Stiles' path
Yes.
to the guy that kind of put her out on this mission to get all this stuff, and he was the guy that was actually going to take the files and put them online.
Yes.
So he gets to that guy's apartment.
Yes.
And they have this all-out fight, and the guy's like a weightlifter or something, and the guy picks up one of his dumbbells and smacks Bourne in the head, and then if that's not enough, he takes it and throws it at Bourne, and this is another reason I think he's half Kryptonian, because Bourne just keeps fighting. But the advantage to shaky cam is this. It's just shaking all around, and you can't really see, so you just assume maybe he got hit in the head, but since I can't see it, maybe he didn't.
It's okay. It's okay.
That's kind of how I feel about a lot of the fights. And then the last fight, where it's Jason Bourne versus the asset.
Versus the asset.
Which is supposed to be in what
the
was...
final level. The boss.
And they took out the music, so it was just the sound effects of fighting.
Uh-huh.
But the camera will not stop shaking.
That is true. That is true. I mean, it brings a theatrical effect, and I get that, and so that's why I kind of see past that. But then again, like you want to see the whole fight scene. But then again, we kind of talked about in the car. It's like Jason Bourne isn't getting any younger.
Oh, that's
so
true.
What if they're doing that to?
Yeah, but Hugh Jackman, they give him those CGI claws, they keep the camera steady, and he beats the living snot out of people. I mean...
That is true.
So it's like, come on, Matt Damon can do it.
Matt Damon.
Let's just
It's
watch Matt Damon beat the snot out of these guys. Because that last fight, I think, is supposed to be so cool. It just ruins it for me because, like, you know, at one point, Matt Damon gets whipped in the face by some sort of weird cord, and I can't figure out where the guy found it, where he picked it up from.
Well, they just kind of just pick stuff off the, like, he had some kind of pan that he was using, and I was like, oh, hey, that's a great impromptu little defense weapon, but jeez.
Yeah. So this final fight comes after this massive car chase where Jason Bourne steals a car, he's chasing the asset who's driving the SWAT team car that's breaking through the traffic. Well, they get to this place, and it's kind of hidden. It looks like it's a little underground thing. But the cops, the helicopters, they're following it. The helicopter guys are like, they're at this building. They're heading down to the basement. Like, all the cops know where they are.
Yeah.
But nobody shows up to break up the fight, to arrest the guys.
No, and then I was actually thinking the same thing.
And then when Jason breaks the guy's neck and walks away, you know, he just walks away casually. It's like, why is this not flooding with the SWAT team? Where is all the cops that was chasing these crazy people down the Vegas Strip? What is going on?
Well, it's Las Vegas, man. There's traffic.
Well, yeah, I know there's traffic, but the cops were following. They were there.
They were there.
They were there.
Yes, and I was like, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, excuse me, like, where's the cops?
Yes. I mean, I'm fine with Jason Bourne eluding the cops. That's cool, but they would have swarmed that place.
Yes.
But I guess we're not going for realism in a Jason Bourne spy espionage movie.
No, but actually, I want to go back to
Let's go back
to the beginning when like he's like fighting all these guys and the people are betting on him and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, and the one punch and
yes, didn't that kind of remind you of Fight Club?
It did.
I was like, I was like, you know, that was something that was really similar. I was like, okay, I see Matt Damon with the one punch.
Yep, but I was sorely disappointed with that scene.
Really?
Because the trailer made it look so epic, and it was a different camera angle. And I guess what I really liked was that camera angle, because you get the one shot of the guy coming at Matt Damon, big old bald, cuts to, you know, the camera's like facing Jason, and he does one hit, and the guy goes down, and it's so awesome.
Yeah.
But like what they did in this movie was, they put the camera behind Jason instead of in front of him, like in the trailer, and then the camera did the shaky, and it wasn't like as drastic as the rest of the movie, but it was still like a shaky cam, and you can't see it, and the guy's down, and you didn't even see the punch hit the guy, and I'm just like, I mean, it's not like it was terrible, but it's like when you have the trailer that pumps the scene up one way, and then the movie shows it a different way, it's like, why did you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel it, dude. I feel it.
Yeah. But I don't know. I guess I didn't get the purpose of that beginning scene other than to show that he's kind of lost.
Yes.
Which was kind of interesting because you have Heather Lee, who's like the female CIA girl. She's like second in command of CIA.
Yes.
And so she's reading about all his psych files, and she's, you know, like apparently a lot of psychologists are predicting that Jason Bourne, because of the way his mind is programmed, that
come back.
Yeah, he'll come back because he's gonna search for not just identity of like who he is, but just identity of what his purpose in life is.
Yes.
And because he's a patriot and all that stuff, eventually he'll come back. So her goal begins to be, okay, so let's not try to kill him. Let's try to bring him back.
So she's like the secret good guy.
Yes.
She kind of goes behind everybody's back, which was really interesting. And she was like a great actor, by the way, because I mean the way that she like contained herself with Tommy Lee Jones and the defense attorney and stuff like that, breathing down her neck. She actually like pulled off like a convincing role. It's like, you know what, I got this under control.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So
yeah, she was a really interesting character. And then, like you said earlier, Tommy Lee Jones was a great villain in this. So Tommy Lee Jones is head of the CIA.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what was really interesting was, I can't remember his name, Aaron something, who was the like the fictional Facebook of this movie. What was that called?
Yes,
Deep Dream or something.
Yeah, Deep Dream.
Yeah. And so the guy that founded this Deep Dream thing, and it's basically Facebook, in the movie, it's like some kind of interactive program with your apps and stuff.
Yes.
And it takes your preferences, your history, and all that stuff, and it's supposed to give you a super unique experience.
Yeah.
Only the CIA was like, hey, we will fund this, but we want to use this to, you know, spy on people. And so I thought that was a really interesting way that the movie, in a modern spy movie, broached the conversation of privacy versus not privacy, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I just thought that was
interesting. A bunch
interesting.
of people really liked that idea. They were like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, all right, cool.
Oh, well, yeah, well, he stands up and lies to everybody and goes, nobody's watching your stuff.
And then I'm like, dude, sure.
Yeah.
And sure enough, he's over there, like, in a restaurant with Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah.
And they were, like, talking about all this other stuff, and I got dirt on you. And
Yeah.
I was like, something's a little fishy here. So.
But what I liked about him was in that scene where he's having dinner with Tommy Lee Jones, it's because he knows they got breached.
Yeah.
And he's like, you know what? I don't want to be a part of this. I was uncomfortable with this from the beginning. I've paid you back 1,000,000 times over for what you sewed into this in the beginning. I'm out. Which, of course, you know, takes off Tommy Lee Jones. Which kind of actually is the plot of the movie, it turns out, is everything hinges on this, what is it called? Deep Dreams?
Deep Dream.
Depending on the CIA getting their backdoor into Deep Dreams to see what people are doing and see what's going on and things like that. And so Tommy Lee Jones is like, no, we're going to do that. The other guy's like, no, we're not going to do that. And yeah, so that it ended up becoming the plot of the movie, which was kind of interesting to watch that be the thing where now the founder and CEO of this company will not work with the CIA.
Yeah.
And in Vegas, he's going to like announce, look, this is my lie.
It was kind of like there was like two different stories going on at the same time.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a deep dream and then them trying to chase Jason Bourne, which is in every movie.
Yeah.
But then at the end, how it brings them both together was...
And that was unique. Yeah. And that's what I liked about the story aspect of this movie. I liked that it was about that conversation. I like that the Facebook guy, I'm just going to call him the Facebook guy.
Yeah, he's a Facebook guy.
I like that the Facebook guy was like, I don't want to be a part of this anymore. I want what I said to be true and that nobody's watching them and I'm backing out of the CIA.
Yes.
And then you have Tommy Lee Jones like just trying to kill this guy and setting up this assassination and then Bourne has to get there and stop this assassination.
Yes. And then so we're talking about the assassination at the end, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that was interesting too because now you got all the players in one spot, but then in the background going in the plot with me, the Facebook guy, which I can't believe we can't remember his name.
Yeah, I know. It's driving me crazy.
We'll look it up. Anyways, so the way that he's like gonna go announce it to the masses and saying, all right, well, there's actually like something going on in the background, and then Tommy Lee Jones is like sitting in the back like, all right, let's take him out, asset.
Yeah.
And like I was like, dude, this is crazy.
Yeah.
And then Jason Bourne just comes out of nowhere, and for some reason he just picks out the area where the asset's at.
Well, he looked at the stage, and you can see he just calculated, and he looked like directly over here, and he sees the vents.
It's like he's in that vent right there.
So he hit the spotlight and spun it around, blinded the guy, so it only shot Facebook dude in the shoulder, and
that was pretty darn close.
That
was a game changer.
Though it was hilarious because the guy's line right before he got shot in the shoulder was like, these men in black suits came and I sold my soul and now they've come to collect. Boom! He gets shot and it's like...
Which is kind of ironic because Tommy Lee Jones was in Men in Black.
I did not make that connection.
Wow.
I guess if I was gonna like judge this movie as a whole, like everything we're talking about with the story and the plot, how it was two different stories, one with the Facebook dude and his rebellion, and one, the CIA is going after Jason Bourne, and then they bring these two stories together and all the players are in the room together.
Yeah.
I loved that aspect of it.
That was awesome.
And I think what disappoints me the most about this movie is I wanted to see the action, and I felt like I missed all of it. Because, like, I mean, there's even one scene where Tommy Lee Jones is just standing there on the phone, and the camera's like...
Yes.
And I'm like, gosh, just hold the... Put it on a tripod. Put it on a tripod.
You had one job.
Just, gosh. I would give this movie, and I did it on my spoiler-free, 3 out of 5 stars.
3 out of 5 stars. Okay.
Because I really did enjoy the story. Like, it's a good entry into the Bourne series.
Yes.
I don't know if this is going to be the last one or not, but if it were the last one, it would be a good last one. And if there's going to be new ones, it's a good jumping off point for new ones.
Yes.
And so, like, there was a lot that I really enjoyed, but the shaky cam keeps me from giving it anything higher. Plus the fact that it really did become a vengeance story for Bourne, where I think it was more compelling when the idea was, are we going to put these files online or not? And it was more compelling, the Facebook guy and his stuff. But then in the end, I just felt like Bourne got lost, like when he had that gun to Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm trying to think of another way out or something.
Yeah.
And Tommy's like, oh, how's that working for you? I'm like, I don't know. It's not working for me.
Well, I think like overall, because I just been invested in the Bourne movies for the past couple weeks. Just I think overall with the story plot and kind of how we talked about, I think I gotta give it like a 3.879 stars. And
I don't have a graphic for that, so it's gonna say 3.5 right here.
Because it's my algorithm that I come up with whenever I go watch movies.
You have an algorithm?
So it's an algorithm, man.
Wow.
It's pretty steady. Like
nice.
It's pretty good. Like
All
I have
right.
a notepad and everything. And a
Really?
calculator.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not see you have any of that tonight.
Well, it was all in my head.
Oh, okay.
That's where my
Well
calculator.
then, you're a genius.
Yeah. So if we're gonna round it up, I'll put 4 stars.
Okay. Oh, okay. So you're just gonna round it up.
So I
okay.
overrid your 3.5 and it's gonna go back to 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
So
gotcha.
4 stars.
4 stars. So okay, awesome. Well, Jose gives it 4 stars. I give it 3 stars. How many stars out of 5 would you give Jason Bourne if you happen to see it this weekend? Make sure to let us know down here in the comments. While you're there, hit that subscribe button because tomorrow Sunday, gonna be dropping the Dark Knight reading way too much into because of Suicide Squad coming out. Okay, what's your prediction for Suicide Squad? Good or failure?
I think Suicide Squad is going to bring back the DC universe. I mean,
think so?
like with Batman, Superman, I mean, we all kind of saw how the movie went and all the critics and stuff.
Yeah.
I was actually a skeptic. I still thought that it was good just because I love Batman.
I think the Ultimate Edition was a vast improvement.
Yes.
Yeah.
So go see the Ultimate Edition. It'll definitely clear some things up. But I think that the Suicide Squad will get the DC universe back in the step of the right direction, and I think that they'll kind of be in line with Marvel. If you've seen the trailers for Justice League and Wonder Woman, like,
oh yeah. Those look
awesome.
amazing. Those look amazing.
Great for the DC universe. So
yeah, I'm
excited
hoping Suicide Squad is going to be really good.
Yes.
So I don't know. I don't have a prediction. For me, it's still like up in the air. I'm
Okay.
hoping, but I am optimistic because I love DC.
Yes.
And I love the characters, and it doesn't look terrible. So I'm really hoping it's really good.
I don't know if the fans would notice, but we like have our fan shirts on.
Yeah, look at that.
Just,
Yeah, there you
you
go.
watched the whole video, so you probably know that.
Yeah, that's true. You did. Anyway,
Anyways.
that's what we got. So hit that subscribe button. Be on top of those videos. I'm Durbin.
And I'm Jose.
Thanks for checking out Durbania.
All right.